What if I told you the worst day of your life hasn't happened yet? It may arrive next week, next year, or when you least expect it. A phone call that changes everything. A betrayal you never saw coming. A dream you spent years building, suddenly falling apart. Most people believe they'll know what to do when that moment comes. They won't, because strength isn't built in the middle of the storm. It's built long before the storm arrives. The ancient Stoics understood something modern society keeps forgetting. Life doesn't ask whether you're ready. It simply begins the test. And by the time you realize you're being tested, your habits have already decided the outcome. Today, 8 Stoic rules that helped emperors, philosophers, and ordinary people survive their darkest moments. These aren't motivational quotes. They're mental armor. Ignore them, and life will eventually break you. Practice them, and even your hardest days become the foundation of your greatest strength. Before we begin, ask yourself one question. If everything changed tomorrow, would your mind still remain unshaken? If the answer is no, stay for all 8, because the order matters. Rule 1. Stop fighting reality. Imagine standing in the ocean as a massive wave rushes toward you. You have two choices: fight it or move with it. Most people spend their entire lives fighting waves they can never stop. They fight the past. They fight other people's opinions. They fight bad luck, things that were never theirs to control. And slowly, that endless fight steals their peace. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself every morning that life would bring difficult people and painful moments, not because he was negative, but because he refused to be surprised by reality. Think about your own life. How much energy have you wasted wishing something had happened differently, replaying conversations that can't be changed? The Stoics believed suffering often begins the moment we demand reality be different from what it is. Acceptance isn't weakness. Acceptance is clarity. It means saying, "This is where I am. Now, what's the wisest thing I can do next?" You stop asking why me and start asking what now. That single shift changes everything. Rule 2. Every obstacle is secretly training you. Have you noticed the people you admire most rarely had easy lives? They lost, they failed, they were rejected. Yet those painful moments became the reason they became extraordinary. The Stoics believed every obstacle carries two gifts. The obvious one is pain. The hidden one is growth. Most people only see the first. Think of a blacksmith forging a sword. The steel is heated and struck again and again. If it could speak, it would call the hammer its enemy, but without those strikes, it never becomes a sword. Every disappointment shapes something in you that comfort never could. Marcus Aurelius once reminded himself that the obstacle in the path becomes the path itself. So the next time life closes a door, don't assume you've lost. Sometimes life is simply redirecting you toward a stronger version of yourself. But understanding this is only the beginning, because even people who see the lesson in their obstacles can still lose the battle if they can't control what happens inside their own mind. That's exactly where Rule 3 changes everything. Rule 3. Master your mind before your emotions master you. A young man once walked into the home of an old Stoic teacher, face red with anger. "They insulted me," he said. "Tell me how to make them regret it." The teacher said nothing. He picked up a cup of water, stirred it with a stick until it clouded, then set it down. Minutes passed in silence. Eventually, the water settled and cleared again. The teacher smiled. Your mind works the same way. When emotion is stirred, you cannot see clearly. How many regrets begin with a few uncontrolled seconds? A message sent in anger. Words that can never be taken back. The Stoics never said emotions were the enemy. They believed becoming a servant to your emotions was the danger. Real strength is feeling every emotion without letting it control your next move. The next time life provokes you, pause. Take one slow breath. Ask, will this decision still make sense tomorrow? That tiny pause can protect years of your life. Rule 4. Seek discipline, not comfort. Modern life whispers the same message every day. Take the easy way. Rest a little longer. Start tomorrow. At first, harmless. Over time, chains. Picture two people starting the same road. One chooses comfort every day. The other chooses discipline, one more workout, one more difficult conversation, one more promise kept. Months pass. From the outside, their lives look similar. Inside, one is growing stronger, the other more dependent on comfort. The Stoics practiced voluntary discomfort, on purpose simple meals, no luxury, walking instead of riding, not because suffering was the goal, but because they never wanted comfort to become a requirement. Ask yourself honestly, if everything comfortable disappeared tomorrow, would you still know who you are? Rule 5. Guard your mind like a fortress. If a stranger knocked on your door carrying bags of trash, would you let them in? Of course not. So, why do so many people let negativity flood their minds? Every single day comparing themselves to strangers, replaying criticism, feeding on fear and outrage, then wonder why peace feels impossible. The Stoics believed your mind is your greatest responsibility. Every thought you repeat gets stronger. Every voice you listen to slowly shapes your identity. Pay attention to what you let in the conversations, the content, the opinions you value. Not everything deserves your attention. Feed fear, fear grows. Feed discipline, discipline grows. But even mastering your emotions and guarding your mind isn't the full picture. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire. Imagine your life as a glass of sand every hour. Work on the dream you've postponed. The Stoics believed the opposite. Real strength grows in silence. You never hear it growing. Season after season, its roots dig deeper, unseen, but because it grew where no one was watching. You don't need to explain every plan or seek approval to improve your life. Confidence doesn't come from being noticed. It comes from keeping promises to yourself when no one's watching. People will notice the results one day. They'll never see the thousands of quiet decisions that built them. Rule 8. Become the leader of your own mind. At the end of every day, there's one person you can't escape: yourself. Move cities, but your mind goes with you. That's why the Stoics believed the greatest victory isn't over another person, it's over yourself. Anyone can stay disciplined when life is easy. What about the days nothing works, when you're exhausted, questioning everything? Those moments reveal your true character, your choices. Every morning, life asks one question: who's in control today, your impulses or your principles? Character isn't built in one dramatic moment. It's built through hundreds of ordinary decisions: patience over anger, honesty over convenience, growth over comfort. Final thought. So think back to the question from the start: if everything changed tomorrow, would your mind remain unshaken? If you've understood these 8 rules, your answers should already be shifting. Life doesn't break people overnight. It breaks the habits and beliefs that were never prepared. Picture yourself 5 years from now, 2 versions standing side by side. One spent those years chasing comfort, avoiding hard conversations, letting fear decide everything, exhausted, full of regret. The other faced discomfort instead of running, accepted what they couldn't control, stayed disciplined when no one was watching. They didn't become fearless, they became stronger than their fear. Nay, the future is decided by luck. Both are built by the choices you make today, one ordinary day at a time. Money can disappear, people can leave, but a disciplined mind and a strong character are treasures no one can take from you when the storm comes, and it will. Those are the things that keep you standing. Don't ask life for fewer challenges. Build stronger feet. Choose one of these 8 rules today and begin living it. If this gave you a new perspective, subscribe to Working Truth for more on discipline, resilience, and inner peace. And tell me in the comments which of these 8 rules spoke to you the most, and why. Stay calm, stay disciplined. Life doesn't define your character. Your response to life does.